at these shows, much more than at stadium shows, I sort of like go into the stories around songs a bit more, and I feel because there's just something in, you know, like a dark room sitting down, and you're sort of like, yeah, I need to listen to that story. So this is a song that I wrote when I was 18 years old, and when I wrote this song, I was playing in pubs in England to no one. I would turn up to these open mic nights because those are the only things that, you know, you could do to become a successful singer-songwriter, was just go and play open mic nights. And every week I thought that out of the two people that were in the bar, one of the people might be the guy that runs Universal Records. You know? And it never were. It never were. But I would get up and I'd play, you got usually like 4 songs, and I would play the 4 songs, and usually if they didn't go down well, I would write another 4 that week and go and practice them. And when I wrote this song, I was like, I think this song's really good. I think this song might be the one. And I turned up at this open mic night and I played it, and no one cared. And, and the week after I played it again, and no one cared. And when I say no one cared, like, you guys are looking at me. That's not what was happening in these bars. Everyone had their back to me. So no one even noticed. And anyway, I kept playing the song because I did believe in it. And then eventually people started coming to the open mic nights to hear this song. And then those people turned into a very small but loyal fan base. And it just kind of grew and grew and grew to the point where the song became a hit by accident. And then I signed a record deal. And then when you sign a record deal, they kind of opens you up to the world, and they say, well, let's go to Ireland, and let's go to Germany, and let's go to France, and then suddenly I'm in Australia and New Zealand and Asia and South America and Canada. And then America was always this question of like, do we bother doing it because people probably won't like it? But let me explain. Let me explain, because the phenomenon of British artists coming over and having success in America is actually quite few and far between. We just stay here once we're here. That's why you think there's a lot of us. But there's so many artists that I admire in England that I grew up listening to that went over to America to quote unquote make it, and then came back 6 months later just being like, oh, it's too big. And so I thought that I wouldn't have success here, but what I did know is that I would get a free trip. And I could come and do all the tourist stuff, and I went on tour with this band Snow Patrol, and we toured all around, and I saw the Golden Gate Bridge and, you know, all the Empire State Building, all this sort of stuff. But on that tour, people started coming out to see my shows as well. And then I started touring here and touring here and touring here, and eventually this song, after 18 months of touring the USA, became a hit here, and now I get to stand on stage and you guys know it, which is cool. And it doesn't matter what show I do, it really doesn't matter, whether it's SoFi Stadium or whether it's this theatre, I do always remember playing to rooms where people just didn't care. It wasn't that long ago, it was like 13, 14 years ago, where I'd look out and it would just be like people talking at a bar with their back to me. So I really appreciate when I play this song, looking around and seeing people. And now I get to close my eyes, remember being back in the bar, and then open my eyes and be like, oh, I'm in America. White lips, pale face, breathing in slow place, burn lungs and safe. Lights gone, dazing, struggling.